Just loading now. Hello guys and girls, welcome back to a new video today. This video is a Carabao Cup prediction video with me, myself, Jamie Anderson and Morgan Gray. Morgan Gray supports
Rochdale, the mighty Dale.
Yeah, Jamie, who do you support?
I'm an Oldham fan.
Right, okay. So we've got them teams. Obviously, Tranmere Rovers are playing Oldham this coming Tuesday, which will be a massive game. Hopefully, Tranmere Rovers can get the win. But we will be talking about that during this video. Obviously, we're going to be going through, I think it's 33 games. Is that correct?
33, I think, please.
Right. Yeah. So, obviously, what are you expecting for this cup run? Are you expecting to stay in it or try and win a cup, or are you just being there for the fun of it? Jamie?
Well,
if we get to round 2, I'm happy.
Right.
So okay. I think it's just a cup, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously, Tranmere is going to be a tough game for us, so I'm not.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm not going into it being too confident.
Right, yeah. Morgan, what are your expectations for this game? Well, for the game on Tuesday, obviously we've done our predictions for League 2 before. So what are you expecting this coming EFL Cup?
Well, we've got the team that we kick off the season with, Harrogate Town. So if we can work our way around them Saturday and learn the style of play for Tuesday night, I'd say we're easily cruise around for the second round of the cup. But yeah, again, Harrogate could work out how we play, the style of football we play, and they could do some damage to us. So I'm going to say Rochdale gets to the third round, straight to the fourth round and get knocked out in the fourth round.
Manchester United again?
I don't see it being Manchester United. I see it being either Everton or Manchester City.
Not bad. Yeah.
Just because it went like this. We're playing Man City Academy in the league and then playing Man United, and then playing Man United Academy last season. So I think it's going to be Manchester City in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah. Obviously, I think the cup games are around the third round of the cups. I think they're around the 23rd, 24th, 25th September normally. So obviously it would be nice, obviously because my birthday is around that week. So yeah, it'd be nice to see a Premier League side going away, possibly Manchester United away would be fantastic. Liverpool, City, Arsenal away, Chelsea. Well, yeah, you never know what happens in the cup. But yeah, we've got Oldham first, which will be a really tough game. So let's start off with the first game. What's on BBC 4? Hartlepool United versus Crewe Alexander. What are you saying, Jamie? What are you saying?
League 2 are on to League 1, so I think I can see an upset.
Okay.
Oldham beat Crewe as well in a pre-season friendly last week.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with a shock 1-0 Hartlepool win for that one.
Morgan, what are you saying?
I think the Railwaymen have got this perfectly comfortably 2-0 Crewe.
Do you know what? I'm going to say something different. I'm going to say 1-1 goes to penalties and Crewe to win on pens. Next game is Barrow Scunthorpe. I'm going to Morgan first. Morgan, Scunthorpe at Barrow. What are you saying?
I think Barrow were all right at home. They didn't have the best cup runs last season, but that's because they were new to it. And obviously they just lost Ian Everett. So I think this season they'll be used to it. I'm going on a 1-1 draw and Barrow to knock Scunthorpe out on penalties 5-4. 5-3.
Right. Jamie?
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw and I'm going to say Scunthorpe to win on penalties.
Do you know what? I'm going to say Barrow 1-0. Ollie Banks special. He's done it for Tranmere Rovers, but will he do it for Barrow? Obviously, He only went last season, but yeah, we just got to see what happens. So, Barrow 1, Scunthorpe 0. So the next game is Blackburn Rovers versus Morecambe. I'm gonna I'm gonna start this one. Blackburn Rovers should beat Morecambe. Obviously, um, Mendes Gomez has left, and obviously he went to a different club. I think he went to Luton. So I'm gonna say 3-1 Blackburn. 3-1 Blackburn. Jamie.
Um, so Blackburn are a Championship side.
Yep.
Morecambe League One side, but again it's a Caraboa Cup. But I'm going to say Blackburn to win comfortably 2-0.
Morgan.
Yeah, like James said, Championship side should cruise past Morecambe. They'll go comfortably a 2-0 win to Blackburn.
Right. Oof, what a game. Next game, Derby, Salford. Massive game. Obviously, Derby are not looking great at the moment. Obviously, with the wages, Wayne Rooney, obviously for what he's been doing in the past few weeks. But yeah, so I'm going to speak to Morgan about this. What are you thinking? Derby, Salford.
I think Salford can cause upset with McElhenney, Lund, and Henderson up front. That is one of the most strongest forces up front. Two former Dale men that were quite strong up front, plus one former Oldham man who was quite strong independently as well. But working as a team, I think Salford could cause an upset and go in a 2-0 Salford win. I'm going to go Conor McElhenney to grab the first, and I'm going to go Matty Lund to assist Ian Henderson from the corner flag. So,
Right. Jamie, what are you thinking?
Salford, they've been bringing in some good players. Obviously, McElhinney from Oldham, who had a good season last season. Derby are having problems. So I'm going to go with a shock 1-0 win to Salford. Obviously, it's the game's on Sky Sports as well.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah,
a big
2-0
good
Salford.
game. Big good game to watch. For me, Derby, obviously Championship side, obviously possibly could have got relegated last season. But Salford, they're looking really strong at the moment, obviously, with the players to bring in, Matty Lund, McClenny, and obviously, but yeah, I'm gonna say Derby 1, Salford 3. I just think Salford have got the better edge, the better team. Obviously, I think they will adapt more to the squad, and I just think they'll win 3-1. So the next game is Morgan. I'm going to start with you. It's the big game for you guys. Harrogate Town versus Rochdale. Obviously, they played each other in League Two on Saturday. So yeah, what are you thinking?
I think, judging how we perform on Saturday against them, I think we're going to do the same. I think we're going to beat them 2-1 again, just as we've done in the league. But this time, I think we're going to score first. I can see Jake Beasley grabbing the first goal, them equalising, and then us towards the end, we'll go down the end. I'm going Odo to score. I'm going Odo to get on the score sheet because he was meant for us in pre-season. And yeah, I'm going another 2-1 win.
Right, Jamie, what are you thinking? Harrogate Town versus Rochdale.
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. And I'm going to go with Rochdale to win it on penalties.
Right. Right. I know Morgan hated me last time, but I think they will just about do it. So I'm going to say Harrogate Town 1, Rochdale 2. I don't know who's going to score for them because I don't know many players, but yeah, 2-1 Rochdale. So this game is a huge game coming up. Obviously, both teams Um, it's one team's in the Championship, one team's in League One, obviously, and that is Hull City versus Wigan Athletic. So I'm going to start with this. Hull City went up, won the league last season in League One. Obviously, they fully deserved it. And Wigan, they've just signed so many good players. Obviously, Charlie Wyke. Obviously, they were talking, thinking about signing Corey Bagatella from Tranmere Rovers, which would have been a good signing. But yeah, but the thing is, obviously, Max Power leaving, Max Power going to back to Wigan, which is fantastic for him. Obviously, a Tranmere legend, obviously because he's from Tranmere, which is fantastic. But for this game, I can see a goal fest here, and I'm going to say 4-4, and Wigan win on pens. Jamie, what are you saying?
Obviously Wigan, they've had a takeover, been signing some good players. Hull as well. Obviously was in not the best situation. I'm gonna go with a 3-2 win to Hull.
Morgan, what are you thinking?
Wigan Athletic versus Hull City. Oh my god.
Hull at Wigan. No, Wigan are at Hull.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go. I think Hull City should secure it, but yet again, Wigan have been fantastic this transfer. I'm going to take over, sign the likes of Stephen Humphreys and Rochdale. So I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go Hull to win on pens. 3-2.
Hey. So I'm going to start with Jamie with this one. Mansfield Town versus Preston North End.
It's a repeat of round one last season, but obviously last season Preston was the home side. As a championship side, Preston should be winning comfortably. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna say 2-0 to Preston.
Morgan, Mansfield.
Preston are the best sides in competitions. And obviously, like Jamie said, repeating round one, but obviously this time it's swapped around. So obviously Mansfield have learned how to play from last season. So I'm going, you know what? I'm going to say Mansfield could cause them a bit of upset. 2-1 Mansfield.
And I can't agree more with you. I'm going to be saying Mansfield 2, Preston 1. So the next game is the big one for me and Jamie. Oldham versus Tranmere. So I'm going to Jamie for this one. What are you thinking about Tranmere coming to Oldham? What are you thinking?
I was thinking of a. I was going to say a 1-1 draw, but for some reason my mind's telling me that Tranmere's going to beat us 2-1. Because obviously they've got a good team. Obviously Callum McManaman, who used to play for Wigan, obviously.
Player.
Yeah, they've signed other good players as well. Our keeper might not be playing as he's over in Canada, so we're in a bit of a goalkeeper situation as well.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Tranmere win.
Cheers, mate. Morgan, what are you thinking?
Oldham, we can either cause upset in cup runs, or they can absolutely just throw themselves down the drain. Oldham had a good cup run through Bournemouth, I think. Did you both? Yeah.
FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, you drew Bournemouth. So what I look at it is you have one good season in the cup run, then you go crap like you did because you got knocked out by Burton, didn't you, in the first round? Yeah. So I'm going to say it's going to be an upset this year for Oldham fans. It's going to be a 2-1 Tranmere win. But Oldham are going to score first.
Right.
Because they did that at Prenton Park.
Right. I've actually had to think about this game, obviously, because it's our first away game of the season, obviously, because of, obviously, with all COVID, obviously, last season, which was just atrocious, obviously, because of what happened. But for this game, I'm gonna spiking the spirits up a bit. I'm going to say Oldham 2, Tranmere Rovers 4.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to say goals from McManaman will score 2. I've got a funny feeling this way, however you say Manny this way, how do you say it? That Manny guy.
It's Manny Dizaruve way.
Right, this Ruby. I think he will score a penalty, and I'm going to say Ryan Watson score for Tranmere as well to make it 4-2. So I think that will be a great game. Obviously, I'm going, which I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, Jamie's going because he's a fan. So yeah. So the next game is Port Vale, Sunderland. I'm going to Morgan first.
Port Vale against Sunderland. I don't know, because Sunderland, yet again, they could be real bad bottle jobs on their day. But yet again, they can teach anyone a lesson. Like, the first season in League One, they beat us 4-1, and then we moved 2-2 at the Crown Arena. So Sunderland can punish anyone at any time, but yet again, can be bottle jobs. I'm going 1-1, and I'm going Port Vale to win on penalties.
Jamie, what are you thinking?
Port Vale, Sunderland. Sunderland should be beating Port Vale, but they're a bit of a. They bottle some tournaments.
Yep.
Apart from even playoffs, sometimes bottle playoffs as well. Drop out the playoff positions in the league. I'm gonna go with Port Vale to cause a 2-1 upset.
Do you know what? I'm gonna stick with that. What you just said. I'm saying 2-1. Obviously, Sunderland haven't made many signings. Obviously, you played Tranmere last week when it was 0-0. It wasn't the greatest of games, but and it was a surprise shock that we did get something out of that game. 0-0 against Sunderland. I'll take it all day long with a pinch of salt. But yeah, so I'm saying I'm gonna say 2-1, like Jamie said. So yeah. The next game is Rotherham United versus Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. So I'm going to Morgan now.
Right.
What are you thinking?
Obviously, Rotherham caused me enough upsets today, nicking all the Rathbone off us. Thank you very much. But no, all jokes aside about that. Accrington versus Rotherham. Now, I think Ollie Rathbone was a good test against Accrington. So he got the assist and he scored there. So you know what? I'm going 1-0 wrong. It's got to be Ollie Rathbone. 1-0 Ollie Rathbone. It's got to be.
Right.
Like his debut. In fact, he's making his debut against Plymouth Argyle, probably.
You all right? Jimmy, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Just
nothing there. Hey, Jamie, what are you thinking of Rotherham versus Accrington?
I am going to go with a. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Rotherham win.
I'm going to say one thing. Penalties. 0-0. Penalties. And Ollie Rathbone to score the penalty to win the game. That's what I'm saying. So, 0-0.
I don't think Rathbone will take a penalty.
Well, you never know, mate. So, yeah. Next game is Sheffield United versus Carlisle United. I'll start this one. So Sheffield United got relegated from the Premier League last season. Obviously, there have been a few good teams in the Premier League, obviously with the likes of beating Man United at Old Trafford. And obviously, Carlisle United, obviously, Tranmere was playing them last season. Obviously, Tranmere was winning 3-2, which was fantastic. But with this game, Sheffield United versus Carlisle United, obviously League 2 versus Championship. Do you know what? I'm going to say a shock. 2-1 for United. Jamie, what are you thinking?
The Sheffield United relegated from the Premier League. They had obviously they had a shocking season, but they did beat the likes of Man United at Old Trafford. I'm gonna go with a 2-0 win to Sheffield United.
Morgan?
Yeah, Sheffield United should win this. I mean, Carlisle like the best. What have you done there, Alex?
That's better. That's better.
What's I say? Sheffield United should have it comfortably. I'm only going 3-0 win to the Blades. In fact, I'm going to shut this window because you can probably hear it. There we go. Enough of that.
Right. Have you said your score?
Yeah, I said 3-0, I think.
Right, okay. Right, I'm going to Morgan for this one. Shrewsbury Town versus Lincoln City.
Shrewsbury Town versus Lincoln City.
Yes.
Fuck. I'm going to say Shrewsbury Town to win 1-0.
Oof. Jamie, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go with. I'm gonna go 1-1 draw with Shrewsbury to win on penalties.
Right. I'm going to say the same as you, Jamie, but 2-2 and Lincoln to win on pens because they beat Lincoln last season on pens in the Papa John's Trophy to get to the semi-finals to play Sunderland, and obviously
Played
Sunderland
Oxford
did
in
beat.
the semis.
No, we played Oxford.
Yeah, you said you played Sunderland in the semis.
No. What I'm trying to say is Lincoln played Hull to play Sunderland in the semis.
Oh, right, yeah, I get you.
Right, so yeah. And then obviously for them games I'm gonna say Lincoln to win on pens because I think the pens were good, but it was a rainy day when they played Hull. Obviously it was a shit pitch. But yeah. So next game is Stoke City, Fleetwood Town. I'm starting with Morgan. What are you thinking?
Clubs like to cause upset. They really do. I think looking at what they've released and what they've signed, they could be up for a tough season in League One. And I put them to be relegated, and most people have put them just to survive. So if they do have a bad season, to make up for it, I think they'll have a good cup run. I can see Fleetwood causing an upset and going a 2-1 into the Cods.
Jamie, what are you thinking?
I was thinking of an upset as well. Stoke, they're not that good in the Caraboa Cup recently.
Yeah.
If Fleetwood like a good cup upset.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the same as Morgan, 2-1 Fleetwood.
Right, okay. For this one, I think Stoke are going to win this easily as Capiche. I'm going to say Stoke 3, Fleetwood 1. I just think it's going to be simple because they're a championship side, they're a League One side, and I just think, personally, I think it'll be done before the first half finishes. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Next game, going to be a close game. Walsall versus Doncaster Rovers. So, Jamie, thoughts on this game?
I've not seen much about signings from both teams. Obviously, Doncaster League One side.
Yeah.
So
We've signed a few players from one now.
Yeah. Was it Doncaster League One side, Walsall League Two side. So for that reason, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Doncaster.
Morgan?
I think Walsall, they made some good signings. Doncaster have also made some good signings. But that loss of Coppinger and Darren Moore midway through season threw him a bit last season. And Richard Wellens, do I think he's League One manager material? Yes and no, because he was with Oldham when he was in League One and did finish quite well. It is going to lead to Richard Wellens, but I think it's going to be upsetting at Keepmoat Stadium, and I'm going a 1-0 Walsall win.
As Jamie said, Doncaster Rovers, I'm going to say 2-1 Doncaster. Obviously, we play Walsall this Saturday, which is a massive game because it's the first game of the season. And we just need to watch them, see how they play, if they're any good. But yeah, obviously, they've got new manager in Matt Taylor. Obviously, they've took Manny Montfay off us, and then they've got Josh Labate, who used to play for Tranmere Rovers, and Ash Taylor. But yeah, for this game, I'm going to say 2-1 Doncaster. So, Bolton, Barnsley, Morgan, thoughts?
Tough one. Barnsley, they did quite well in the Championship last season. Obviously, Bolton did quite well in League Two coming up. Bolton at home under Ian Everett with fans, and he could have replaced Rocking, and he could actually do it. I'm going to go a 2-2 draw, and I'm going to go Bolton to scrape through on pens.
Jamie?
I'm going to go with I'm going to go, because obviously Bolton is the home team.
What happened?
Yeah, with Bolton being the home team, I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Who's winning the pens?
2-2 draw, and I'm going to go with Barnsley to win on penalties.
And do you know what? The much I hate Bolton, I hate them. They're not going to win this. I'm going to say 3-0 Barnsley. I don't care what Bolton fans say, because they're this, they're that, they're that. So yeah, I'm going to say 3-0 Barnsley away. So next game, there's quite a few more games left. Obviously, there's like 33 games. Everyone all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Right,
alright.
Jamie.
What
happened? What happened?
My phone just keeps vibrating.
Right, okay.
Notifications on that
Right.
chicken.
Next game, Cardiff City versus Sutton United.
Cardiff should win this. If not, they are pretty ridiculous and the clown team for the season if they can't beat Sutton. So I'm going to 3-0 comfortable call out. Cardiff win.
Jamie, Cardiff, Sutton.
Sutton, obviously, it's their first time in the Caraboa Cup. Cardiff are a championship team. I'm going to go with a comfortable 3-0 Cardiff win.
Obviously, Sutton, do you know what? I'm going to give Sutton a goal. I'm going to say 2-1 Cardiff. Obviously, there's quite a few more games left. So, Crawley, Gillingham, Morgan.
Crawley, Gillingham.
Yep.
I remember this League One fixture quite well when it happened.
What is happening?
Like Jamie, best hope it don't happen when you're vlogging, it vibrates it.
I know. I've just turned my notifications off anyway.
Right, okay.
Right, Coventry and Gillingham, weren't we?
Yes.
I remember this fixture in League One. It was quite a good fixture, to be fair. Good test of both sides as well, so we'll go in. A 3-2 Coventry win.
Commentary.
You said Coventry City, didn't you?
Crawley?
You said Coventry
No.
City against
No,
Gillingham.
didn't I say Crawley versus Gillingham?
Oh, fuck. I thought you said. Oh, I'm going definitely. Right.
Fucking
Forgot
hell.
what I just said. I'm going deaf. I think Crawley are a good side and so are Gillingham, but Crawley can cause upsets. Like they did against Leeds, didn't they?
Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds. So I'm going Crawley Town 3-0.
Jamie.
Gillingham are a League One side.
Yep.
Obviously, Crawley League Two side.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Crawley win.
Not liking that because I'm going 2-1 Gillingham, and Danny Lloyd will score both of the goals because he's an ex-Tommy Rovers player. So the next one I'm going to do is Birmingham City versus Colchester United. Obviously, Colchester United have made some great signings. Obviously, getting 4 players from Ipswich, and obviously, they've got Scouse, Judge, Chambers, and Freddie Sears, which are a good bunch of players. But playing the Birmingham side, obviously, Birmingham have signed Tadej Chong, who's on going to be a loan from Manchester United. So for this game, I'm going to have a shock. 2-1 Colchester United. Morgan.
Colchester are a couple upsets I've seen before. They're
Yep.
they're stronger than there was when John McGreal managed them and McGreal took them to a semi-final of the quarter-final of the Caraboa Cup against United. United beat them 3-0.
Yep.
But that was under McGreal. They've obviously not got McGreal as manager. I trust the players. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've got a fantastic squad. But would the managerial tactics work on the day enough to obviously go beat Birmingham City? So for that, I'm going to say a penalty shootout, Colchester win on pens. Because
Jamie.
they've got Tottenham on pens.
Colchester, like a good upset. Obviously, they beat Tottenham on penalty the other year.
Beat Spurs.
Yep. Birmingham, like you said, they've signed Tahith Chong from Man United on loan. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win to Birmingham.
Interesting. So the next one is, I think this is like a little derby, I think. Bristol Rovers, Cheltenham Town. So I'm going to start with this with Jamie. What are you thinking?
Bristol Rovers, they've just not been the same team without Joey Barton, obviously.
We haven't, have they?
He shouldn't be a manager anymore, in my opinion.
I agree.
So
what are your prediction?
I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Cheltenham.
Ooh. Morgan?
Like Jamie said, they're not the same without Barton. I mean, he is a bit of a clown, but he can manage. He can manage. I'll give it to that. He can manage teams. But Bristol have not been the same in pre-season. The season only 3 days away. 3, literally. 2 more sleeps and then the season's here. Think about that. 3 days. 2 more sleeps for 3 days. It's mad, but all depends if Joe Barton's returned. If not, I'm going Bristol to lose 3-0. Oh.
Well, from what I know, I was watching a guy yesterday who's a Bristol Rovers fan who does their blogs and everything. But they've had an awful pre-season. They haven't won a game. They've only scored 2 pre-season goals, and one of them was against Marsham, or however you say it. But then they played Havant and Waterlooville and getting a 0-0 draw. And I'm like thinking, the amount of signings they've made, the players obviously, Harry Anderson from Lincoln, great player. And now, do you know what? I can see this being 2-0 Cheltenham. Next game is Cambridge versus Swindon. Now, this game I'm looking forward to because we play Swindon in a few weeks. So this will be interesting for them. Obviously, they haven't got many players. But I'm going to be quick on this one, and I'm going to say 2-0 Cambridge. Morgan, what are you thinking?
Swindon, it honestly all depends on how they kick off the season. Obviously, it's only one game and then the Carabao Cup. But with Swindon, they can cause a bit of an upset. Yeah, Cambridge are League One, Swindon are League Two. But it all depends on the way they perform Saturday with what they got because it's not looking good. With what they've got, they could be relegated by Christmas. And I'm being honest here. Obviously not because of point deduction and stuff, but just the squad they have and obviously the manager. Well, they've got a manager, but I don't think he's very good.
They've got a new owner as well, haven't they? So
They've got a new owner. So I'm going Cambridge to beat them 2-1.
Jamie.
Obviously Swindon, yeah, they've not in a great situation. I think they signed 3 players.
4 players, I think it is.
They've got a new owner. They've not got the best manager. Say Cambridge, League One now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I think Swindon will score, but I'm gonna go with a Cambridge 4-1 win.
That'll be a good game to watch. Let's just hope that happens when Tranmere playing 4-1. So obviously I said, what did I say? I said 2-0 to Cambridge. So the next game is a London derby. So I think I'm going to do this one. Charlton Athletic versus AFC Wimbledon at the Valley. And I think this is going to be a close game. Really close. Obviously because Wimbledon, they do well in games. Obviously they played Rochdale last season and wasn't it something like 4-4?
Can't remember, but away we were 3-2 up and Joe Piggott comes out of nowhere last minute.
Yeah.
So it was the other season when they played us, they beat us 4-3 at home. So they can score goals for 4.
Yeah, 4-3, sorry.
They've lost Piggott, that main man, so I don't know.
So I'm going to say Charlton 2, AFC Wimbledon 1.
I'm saying, right, go Jamie.
Say it's a London derby. Charlton versus AFC Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Wimbledon can cause an upset sometimes.
Yeah.
Charlton are a decent side at the Valley.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 3-1 win to Charlton.
Morgan.
Like you just said, Charlton are quite good at the Valley. Obviously, both clubs being in League One, Wimbledon set to go down by Sky Sports and loads of other people. But I think Wimbledon can put up a tough performance to Charlton because Charlton don't do well against small teams. I mean, we were 4-2 up at their stadium and they brought it back to 4-4, which fair play to them. But they don't do well against small teams, so I can see it being a draw and going to a penalty shootout.
Ooh.
I'm going Charlton just to scrape past.
Right, okay. Right, I'm going to say Jamie for this one. Exeter City versus Wycombe Wanderers. Wycombe Wanderers got relegated last season, obviously they shouldn't have been relegated, it should have been Derby. But yeah. Wycombe go to Exeter this Tuesday. So what are you thinking?
The Wycombe Wanderers, they should still be in the Championship.
Mm-hmm.
As Derby should have had that points deduction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Wickham win.
Morgan?
Wickham should easily cruise past this. Akinfen was returning for one last dance, so when they release a golden shirt like it did for Jamie Coppinger at Doncaster, I'll be getting that, and I'll be getting it signed by Akinfen. So I'm going Wickham Wanderers 4, Exeter City 2.
Do you know what? I think this is going to be a walk in the park. I'm going to say 3-0 Wickham.
Mhm.
Next game, the team I hate versus Bristol City. Forest Green, Bristol City. So Morgan, thoughts? Forest Green, Bristol City.
Forest Green can cause upset. I can't lie. But Bristol City, I think they'll be too strong this season. I can see Bristol City doing well in the Championship, finishing quite high. So I'm going a 3-0 Bristol City win.
Jamie?
I think Bristol City are going to be too strong for Forest Green Rovers.
Right.
A couple of seasons ago, they did reach the quarter final and played against City. They beat obviously United in that run as well. So they are an alright side in the Caraboa Cup. So I'm gonna say a 3-0 win to Bristol City.
For me, I'm going to say 2-0 Bristol City. So the next game is a huge game. Obviously, this team does really well in cup games. And that's Ipswich Town, who don't do well in cups, versus Newport County. And if this game goes to penalties, which I'm not going to say it will, I think Newport County will win this. And I'm going to say Ipswich Town 1, Newport County 2. And that's a shock. So, Morgan, what are your thoughts?
I think Ipswich are a strong side. They are a new ownership, new signings. Made quite a few good signings. We've got Wes Burns from Fleetwood Town. He can be quite good in the cup runs. Newport, yet again, they can be teams that, in fact, Newport could actually get to the semi-final, probably, if we put a mind to it. They're quite good in cup runs. But I'm going, I don't think it's going to be Newport's year. I think Ipswich is too strong this season, judging by the signings and the ownership. And I'm going to go a 2-0 Ipswich shall win. Wes Burns double.
Jamie?
So Ipswich Town have been taken over now, bringing in some good signings. Obviously they got George Edmondson for 1 million from Rangers, former Oldham player as well. Obviously, good player, solid defender.
I remember him.
I'm gonna go with a 3-0 Ipswich. I know Newport can cause upsets, but I just think that Ipswich team is gonna be too strong for Newport on the night. So.
Right. So, next game. Tough game, this one. I'm going to do this one. Millwall, Portsmouth.
Ooh.
What a game. I'm surprised this isn't even on TV. Millwall, Portsmouth. Obviously, Portsmouth have dropped down a little bit, obviously, with their obviously the signings. They haven't been the greatest signings, but they are signing players. But I can see Millwall winning this 2-1. Morgan.
Portsmouth Millwall, the two toughest set of fans going head to head in the clash. I expected there to be loads of fights before I even predict the score, never mind this year. But Portsmouth, I don't think they're strong enough. They're nowhere near where they used to be. The squad had like Jamal Rowe, Ned Pittman, Ronan Curtis, Andy Cannon, Craig McGilvery, Ben Close, Tom Naylor. They had a fantastic, strong squad, and ever since Cage it's gone downhill for Portsmouth. I don't think the signings have made up to the standards of Jamal Rowe and players like that. So and they've also got Gavin Bazunu, who used to play for us. He's obviously, no disrespect to him, he's only young, but he was not a good keeper at all. So I'm going to say Millwall. I'm sorry, Portsmouth fans. I know you love me because the Portsmouth videos always do quite well against you. I'm going to go 3-0 Millwall.
Jamie?
Millwall Portsmouth's going to be a big game. So Millwall are a good team when it comes to cup games. So they beat teams like Everton the other year.
Yeah, they did.
Got
What
quite
knocked out
far.
to Rochdale, though?
Yeah.
We knocked them out at home.
They always get quite far in the FA Cup. Even Caraboa Cup, they reach quite a late round. Portsmouth have obviously lost their manager Kenny Jackett. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Millwall.
Right, I'm going to Morgan for this one. Morgan, one of your former friends supports this team.
Oh, no
Peterborough
guessing.
United versus Plymouth Argyle. What are you thinking about this game?
I think Plymouth Argyle went on a dip since December last season when we smacked them 4-0. They went on a ridiculous dip. They got beat 6-1 by Charlton, 3-0 by Peterborough. Got beat pretty rough. 5-1 by Fleetwood. Fleetwood stuck a good few past them. So it's not looking good for Plymouth. But we made some new signings. And they look quite decent as well. They've released a few players, the likes of Frank Newell's gone back to Colchester. Luke Jeffcott's favourites to be a good player next season. He's looking at a transfer move. Well, I do believe a transfer move to either Ipswich or Millwall by January. That's what I've heard, but I don't know how true that is. So I think Peterborough are going to have this comfortably. They may not do what. Well, yeah, they are Championship side. I forgot about that. They have been promoted. So I do think Championship side against League One side that look on staying up and building the squad better to go high in League One. I think Peterborough should win this comfortably 2-0.
Jamie?
I think Peterborough's going to be too good for Plymouth, and I'm going to go with a 3-0 Peterborough win.
Do you know what? Plymouth have done well in cups, but is it the end for them? I'm going to say 2-1 Peterborough. Just 2-1 Peterborough. So we've only got 2 more games left of Tuesday. Then we go on to Wednesday. So the next one is Stevenage versus Luton Town. I'm going to start this with Morgan.
Stevenage, Luton Town, fantastic, strong team. I underestimate them a bit too much because they only beat us 2-0 last time in League One. But we go to Kenilworth Road and get absolutely bumped 4-0 in pre-season. And fair play to Luton there. It shocked us realistically because they come up from League Two and I thought mid-table for Luton Town. They're a strong side, but blow me away. Crown champions of the league, went up, just survived in Championship, and obviously did a bit better. So Luton Town should win this. And Stevenage, they're a team that one season can finish quite high in League Two, others they can finish quite low. Like they got relegated, but Macclesfield, sorry, but the point deduction and the team has just survived. So I think Stevenage's year is going to start going bad again. Luton Town 5, Stevenage 2.
Jamie?
I'm going to go with a 4-0 win for Stevenage. For Luton Town.
Imagine though, Jamie. Imagine.
4-0 Luton Town.
Do you know what? I'm going to go for a shock. Stevenage 2, Luton 2, and Stevenage to win on pens.
Oh my god.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
True. That is true.
Right. Last game on Tuesday, the mighty Royals play at home to the Welsh Swansea City. Swansea City. So I'm going to speak to Jamie first. What are your thoughts on this game?
Swansea, with them being the away team, I'm going to go with a 1-0 Reading win because Reading can cause a few upsets in cups.
Yeah.
Swansea away. So obviously I'm going to go with a 1-0 Reading win.
Morgan.
Both championship sides, both tough sides. 0-0 draw. And I'm going to go the Welsh side to take it home on penalties.
Right. Obviously, this game, Swansea lost their manager a few weeks ago. Cooper. Simon Cooper, is it? I can't remember his name. But
Yeah.
I think it's Cooper Summit. But obviously, they're bringing in the MK Dons manager in, Russell Martin. Personally, I can see this being, I'm going to say 3-1 Reading. I just think Reading will be too good for them. Obviously, I don't know much about Swansea, what players they've brought in, they've got. So, yeah, I'm going to say 3-1 Reading. So, we're going into Wednesday games now on the 11th of August. So, the first game is Blackpool, Middlesbrough. And do you know what? I'm looking forward to this game. I think this game will be a good game. But I think this game's going to be a pens. I'm going to say 3-3 and Blackpool win on pens. Morgan, what are you thinking?
Two championship sides. I think Blackpool, they've already got the confidence in the playoffs. And the squad they have, and they still haven't made a few more signings. I think Blackpool, they still got their confidence boost. I'm going Blackpool to win the first game of the season, actually, 2-0. And I'm going Blackpool to cause a 3-1 win.
Jamie?
I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. And I'm going to say Blackpool to come out on top and win the penalty shootout.
Right, okay. 4 more games to go.
4 against Crew.
Bloody hell. Wow. Nottingham Forest versus Bradford City.
Ooh.
Now, this game will be a tasty game. I can't call this. I really can't call this. So I'm going to start with Jamie.
This is going to be... This will be a good game. So Bradford, I think they're going to be up there in League 2 this season. They could get automatic promotion.
I think they'll go up this season.
The top three teams is automatic, so I think they could get automatic promotion from League 2. Nottingham Forest, Championship side. I think Bradford could shock Forest, and I'm going to go with a 2-1 Bradford win.
Right, okay. Morgan.
You know what? Bradford a cup upsets. You've seen what I've done down at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. So I'm going to say Bradford City 3-2 win.
You took my words out of that, Morgan.
And I think Bradford are going to go 2-0 down.
Ooh.
And come back to win 3-2.
Right. As you said 3-2, I'm not going to say 3-2 now because you said it. So I'm going to make it more better. I'm going to say 4-4. Then it goes to penalties. And then I don't know who's going to win this. I'm going to say Bradford 5-4 on pens. what a game. So, the last 3 games, Burton Albion, Oxford United. What I'm thinking for this game, I can see a hammer in here. I'm going 5-0 Oxford. Jamie.
The Burton, they signed quite a few players from Oldham. Obviously, Johnny Smith's contract expired as he was on loan. But they've brought in Borthwick Jackson at Hamer, so they've got Dino Mamria, Oldham's old manager as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 3-0 Oxford win for that one.
So, right, just before we go to Morgan, what are your thoughts on the former Manchester United player, left back?
Borthwick Jackson.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on him?
For us, Borthwick Jackson was actually an alright player. He was alright going forward because sometimes he played in wing backs. We've played all sorts of formations last season. Obviously, the season before that, come to the end of the season, he was a good player, but obviously COVID put a stop to that. But in my opinion, he was a good player. I'm gutted he's left Oldham, but obviously we've brought in Sam Hart, who I think is even better than Borthwick Jackson.
Okay. So, Morgan.
Burton Oxford. Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I'm not going for a whacking like you have. Just because of the 3 former older players, 2 former older players and 1 former older manager who's now assistant manager. I think looking how they played against us, they beat us 2-0 at home. They looked like a good side, but yet again, so did Oxford. So I'm going to go Oxford 1-0. I see it being tight and Oxford just beating them 1-0.
Interesting. So, 2 games left. The mighty Coventry City versus Northampton Town. But from what I know is, Coventry City used to play at Northampton's ground. Because what I remember is, Tranmere Rovers hammered Coventry City 5-1 at Northampton Stadium. But this game, Coventry versus Northampton, obviously at the Rico Arena, fantastic stadium, massive. I'm going to say 2-1 Coventry. 2-1 Coventry, I think. I think they will just edge it. And I think the goal scorer for Northampton will be Sid Nelson. So, Morgan, what are you thinking for this game? Coventry.
I think Coventry should have this in the bag. They're going 2-0 Coventry.
Jamie?
Coventry, I think are a League One side, is it?
Championship
side. Northampton, League One side.
2.
League 2 side because they got relegated back to League 2. So for that reason, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Coventry win.
Ooh, 2-1 Coventry. Right. The last game. I think this is on TV, I think.
Yeah, I think
Leighton Orient versus Queen's Park Rangers. This game is going to be a cracker, I think. But obviously, they've got Kenny Jackett as their manager, and Mark Warburton is the QPR manager. Obviously, he's a decent manager. Obviously, they beat Manchester United 4-2 in the pre-season, which it's only pre-season, but yeah. Obviously, they've got Charlie Austin, who is a fantastic player. They've got a few decent players. So, I don't think this game is going to be an easy one. I really don't. So, I'm going to say 2-2 and QPR to win on pens. Jamie.
This game, obviously, Sky Sports.
Yep.
It's 2 alright teams. QPR's had a good pre-season. obviously beating Man United. They've beat other teams as well. Late in Orient, I've brought in Kenny Jackett. I'm gonna go with a 3-2 Orient win.
What a game. Morgan.
I think QPR have got this. The way they fought in pre-season, the way they played against Manchester United, especially reacting to going 1-0 down, that was amazing. And they look like a team that could be up there in the playoffs in the Championship. So QPR should do this 3-0, but anything could happen, like you say.
Okay. So that is it for this Carabao Cup predictions for round one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Obviously, we've had Jamie and Morgan for this. So we're thinking if this has done well, obviously with the people when they've watched it, they've seen it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Oldham next Tuesday, which is going to be a huge game. Hopefully, can we get a win? Obviously, yes, I will be doing a vlog for that game, and I will be doing a vlog for Walsall on Saturday, and I will be doing my preview tomorrow for the game. Obviously, Tranmere did sign Ross Dohan from Celtic today on a season-long loan, which is fantastic. So, can Tranmere get to where we want to be, and obviously get to League One for next season? Obviously, Morgan sports Rochdale and Jamie sports Oldham. But what's going to happen in this cup next week? So I just thought I'd do it today and just get it over and done with. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Please get me to 400 subscribers. I am literally 12 away. So can you guys do it for me? Please. I'll see you guys in a bit. Up the White Super White Army.
Up the Dale. Whoa.
Wait.
We're probably going to get a shower after this.